Welcome back to the Pulse, your most comprehensive news analysis show. Now, over 300,000 students who wrote this year's basic education certificate examination are set to benefit from government's free senior high school policy in the next few weeks. This is because government says the policy will be implemented despite the concerns raised that Ghana may not have the money now to fully roll it out. At the Meet the Press series in Accra, Sector Minister Dr. Matthew Opoku-Prempeh said any Ghanaian who passes the BECE and is placed by the computer placement system will benefit.
Free secondary education in one form or the other has existed with us. What His Excellency the President intends to do is to extend free secondary education to all Ghanaians who are in public senior high schools. Yes, we are not oblivious to the fact that it may mean many people going to school. So what? Education is better than ignorance in all its forms. Ghana has never been a rich country. And when we started free secondary education after independence, Ghana wasn't a rich country. Ghana has never been a rich country. But we have gone on the pathway of offering free secondary education to people since independence. Ghana is not going to be a rich country today, but we will still offer free secondary education to all those who get secondary education in the public school. That is life. When you live in your house, you decide your priorities and you put your money where your priorities are. Those who want ignorance will tell us it's not sustainable. So should we stop? Those who love ignorance will tell you if it's not sustainable, stop. Those who love education will strive to make it worthwhile. Who qualifies? You have to be a Ghanaian, of course. You have to write the current year's BECE too. You have to pass the BECE. And you have to be placed by the computer school placement system. And accept to be placed in the public school, and you also accept to enroll in that public school. If I put you in a school and you say you won't go, no scholarship will be offered to anybody, and the person says, I won't go to where I've been offered a scholarship, and the scholarship will be maintained. Free SHS is for 3 years, because secondary school is for 3 years. If you go there and you fail, you don't work hard, you won't get the free HSS scholarship for your 4th year. It will start in this year's academic year, 2017-2018 entrance. For those who wrote the BECE this year, who pass, who get placed, who get enrolled in the place that they gave them.
Education Minister also dismissed comments that the economy may not be in the best of positions for the implementation this year.
Years that we tout as our best years are not good enough. We have to have a sustained development for a period more than maybe a 7 to 8% growth rate for over 7 to 10 years before we start leveling up. So Ghana has not been the best of economies since independence. But we have had one way or the other free secondary school in one form or the other since independence. For those who don't believe or who say we should wait, anybody to date who has any information that the president hasn't gotten about the economy, anybody who has any country view that the money that has been appropriated by the Parliament of Ghana is not enough, can as well submit it to the president or us, and we will take due cognizance of it. But free SHS is happening September 2017. Thank you.
But one major issue that has come up is how government is going to fund the program. Dr. Opoku-Prempeh said the World Bank is also considering giving out $40 million to support the initiative, in addition to the 400 million cedis government has allocated for the 2017-2018 academic year. He also says government will construct 42 model schools to expand infrastructure for the program.
Access, we've talked about removing financial barrier, is left with physical access. We intend to construct 42 model schools. The Ministry of Finance, that has provided so much support to this free SHS program, has written for special grants or concessionary money from the Saudis. We realized that the 56 model schools that were constructed previously all happened to be part of the category 3 or grade A schools under the Ghana Education Service. So schools like Chemu, Odogono, my own Anglican secondary school, Drop-off Secondary School. Now people flock to those places like never before. Why? Because facilities were provided for the schools. So we are going to re-embark on the 42 districts without such model schools as centers of excellence in those districts so that children will not have to move much elsewhere. The president said in Okapemai that we are well aware that we have to construct new schools. If we look at the numbers, we have enough places to put almost all our SHS students, those who write the BECE. That is not the problem. The problem is that some schools are failing and failing so badly that nobody wants to go there. So we have to rehabilitate those schools, and thanks to the World Bank, we are undergoing a project called Secondary Education Improvement Project, where they are helping to develop some schools, helping the teachers and the lecturers, putting the science teachers also to task and training and building their capacity. So it's a total package, the total package. The World Bank, looking at how we are fared, has decided to increase the funding by another $40 million to make sure that a project of bringing up the most failing schools in this country, we get to the end of it. 2017, with about 268,000 writing, and looking at these same numbers, we have enough places for students. If everybody who wrote the BECE passes and gets placed in a TVET school, the total bill will be less than 500 million. And that is probably the budget that we've saved for free SHS in 2016. Free SHS is doable. We're going to do it, and it's going to happen.
One of the controversies has also been on what kind of quality will be under the free SHS, and the minister spoke about what government has done to ensure quality of education.
We are not oblivious. We are not oblivious of the fact that this might mean we have to look at our teachers and their teacher distribution. We have to look at our instructional time when people go to school. December, first years go to school, or November, December, and third year SSS exam starts probably first week in the third term. School students are obviously doing less than 2.5 years for a 3-year course. We intend to alter the instructional time. Yesterday, I had the privilege of us inaugurating the National Council for Curriculum Assessment, whose mandate is to come up with timetables and instructional time. That to alter our timetables to take care of the fact that we don't start school early for the first years and we finish too early for the final years. Instructional time, instead of schools probably closing at 2, we are engaging the NACA. Why should school close at 2, not 4:30? So we will come out with ways in which to make up the time lost. We've had lengthy discussions with West Africa Exams Council, and if you are aware, this year their results have come out pretty quick for the BECE. Why? SSE, yes. WASI, it's come out, right? Yes. It's come out quick. It means that West Africa Exams Council has to do its programs in line with the thoughts and aspirations of the country it resides in. You cannot take us off all our third terms and then part of our first term, and we have a 3-year degree program. So we want to change that. We want to provide teaching and learning materials as part of the quality issues. That is why I said for those who are going in this year, their textbook sets will be given.
We are joined on the phone by the acting president of the Ghana National Association of Teachers, Philippa Larson. Good afternoon to you. Many thanks for your time on The Pulse.
Hello?
Yes, you're on The Pulse. Many thanks for joining us. My question is, are you satisfied with government's arrangements for the takeoff of the free SHS in the next 6 weeks?
Yeah, thank you very much, Auntie. And let me say a very wonderful good afternoon to your cherished listeners, and especially my wonderful teachers. Yes, for now, I think we are okay with our arrangement. If all things being equal, if all the things that have been enumerated are going to be done as they have been said, we are okay with our arrangement.
Well, let's look at the, for example, the government plans to construct 42 model schools to expand infrastructure. That's what the education minister says. Are you satisfied with that? Do you think that will be enough to accommodate all the students we are anticipating?
Yeah, thank you very much. I believe they have made their own test or research, and they have known the seating places that we have for all the schools that are already in the system. And I believe that the number of candidates who would pass, they are envisaging that if the number of senior high schools in the system are not expanded, probably they may not be able to absorb all of them. That is why maybe they have come out with the fact that they will have to construct more senior high schools, be able to absorb all those who will pass into the senior high school, and for them to enjoy the scholarship package.
Well, the issue of quality is so dear to the hearts of many, and in fact, it's come up a lot of times when this free SHS conversation comes up. And the issue is many are still convinced that quality will be compromised. What's the stance of NAT on this?
Thank you very much, my sister. If we talk about the fact that something is free and for that matter, quality is going to be compromised, that one I will not agree with you. The same teachers will continue to teach. So what is it about the free that will make the teachers relax? These are teachers who have been in the system already. The only difference that is coming out is that government is going to absorb all the fees that these students are supposed to pay. And so how is quality going to be compromised? It will never be compromised because we have supervisors, we have officers who will be going around to supervise the work of the teacher. And it is not the fees that is going to pay the teacher. So that issue, my honorable sister, I wouldn't want us to go into the depth or whatever of it. What I am saying is that the important thing is for the students to come to school and be ready to learn. Once government has absorbed all the fees, all they need to do is to be in the schools and to learn. The teachers are ever ready. That is our job. That is what we have done over the years. And so nothing is going to affect the way we teach, the way we have handled the children. Nothing is going to affect us. And so quality is never going to be compromised.
Well, let's look at what's your impression about the cutoff point, that it's only students who make it or who extremely do well are the ones who benefit.
Thank you very much. Over the years, we cannot say that all the children who have written the examination have all been placed. Once we have failures, those failures are never going to be placed. And that is what has happened over the years. And nothing is going to change. Those who pass again this year are going to be placed, all of them. And so I don't think the ministry is going to come out with any cutoff point. What has existed is what they are going to work with. And so any child who passes, and these children who pass are the people who I can say are ready to learn. And we shouldn't say that the fact that government is going to absorb all the fees, they will have to just absorb anybody. I don't know if I'm right, but you can't absorb anybody. If somebody makes 9,999, I don't think that person is going to be absorbed and say that go and enjoy free senior high school.
So for you, what will be the appropriate cutoff point?
No, there is no cutoff point, but you know when you make an aggregate 6, it's per pass. So if you have 6 in 6 subjects, 4 core subjects plus any other, so you have passed. And automatically you are going to be placed.
All right. Many thanks to you, Philippa. Last thing is the acting president of the Ghana National Association of Teachers, and she says that she's satisfied that the free SHS will be able to take off in the next 6 weeks as planned by government. Now, there's a breakdown in negotiation between the Electricity Company of Ghana and residents of Somenya in the Yolo Krobot district over issues concerning the billing system. The Electricity Company of Ghana is, however, resuming operations and full restoration of the services to customers in the Yolo Krobot district of the Eastern region. The resumption of their operations follows the closure of their offices 2 months ago when some angry youth in the area stormed the offices in protest of what they described as overbilling. JoyNews' Matilda Wamagan has more in the following report.
It's exactly 2 months since some angry youth of Yulo Krobo demonstrated against the electricity company of Ghana. The angry youth besieged the ECG offices, vandalizing properties as well as burning of vehicles belonging to the police. This led to the arrest of some of the youth who were later granted bail. The ECG workers stayed away from their offices following threats over their lives. The Yulo Krobo Traditional Council as well as the ECG has held a series of meetings to resolve the impasse. A joint communique has been issued by both parties outlining the measures they intend to take. The acting corner of Yulo Krobo Traditional Area, Osayem Tete Odonko Tume I, condemned the actions of the youth.
Electricity Company of Ghana, too, have to take care of their cost level and not assume that because they are a monopoly in the way they can slap on any level of bills at any time. These are some of the fundamental problems which are causing the, fracas between the customer and the service provider.
Some youth in Krobo are, however, unhappy with the current billing system.
We are not happy for this thing. What happened today? Madam, listen to me well. This is what they are saying. We people as a Krobo voice, we wrote a resolution.
So what exactly do you want?
We want the ECG, the 2 years overbilling and accommodation of the billing and unnecessary removing meters. The meters, they sold it to us. It's our Bonaparte property. So they don't have power to come and remove the meters. So they should bring our meters and to abolish the old bills and bring us a new bill.
The ECG is saying that these issues you are talking about, they are saying their offices are open.
This ECG in Lower Manya and Yilo, we are disappointed in them because these people, when you go there, we are here for our money. So if you bring the money, pay. If you didn't pay, take. Then they throw your paper away. So today they are come to do it.
Managing Director of ECG, Engineer Samuel Boachib Apia, who led a delegation from Accra to Somanya, says ECG has put in place a complaint resolution procedure.
You cannot just say that you have been overbilled. How do I determine that you have been overbilled? It is when I examine your bill, interrogate our system, look at your consumption record, and in fact there are various processes involved. We are putting a mechanism to address everybody's concern or grievance. So when they come to our offices, whatever issue that they have will be addressed by our staff who have been prepared just for that.
Meanwhile, the police in the area say they have intensified the operations, which include day and night patrols, as well as providing 24-hour security at all ECG offices in the area.
We have intensified patrols, both day and night. We have men on the grounds who are doing the foot patrols. The premises have been protected by the police 24/7. We are there every day, day and night. Those workers in town, we assure them that we are there to protect them, so they should go about their duties without anything. The police is there to protect them. They have to, as police, we are doing our work. If you commit crime, you go contrary to the rules, you are arrested and prosecuted.
The Electricity Company of Ghana is expected to embark on a massive public education campaign in the area. For JoyNews, Matilda Humaga, Somanya, Eastern Region.
Now, a member of parliament for Yulo Krobo, Magnus Kofi Amata, has expressed disappointment at the actions of the youth. He says leadership of the various groups were involved in meetings they held with stakeholders. Hence, suggestions that the youth were sidelined is inaccurate.
I believe the only avenue to resolve the issue is the issue of public education. And the community said it, that they are going to host series of public education programs to address their concerns. In fact, they are expecting us to address individual concerns, and we cannot address individual concerns in a forum like this. They are expecting that ECG will announce that we have cancelled all bills, outstanding bills.
Exactly, that's what they are demanding.
It's not feasible, is it? It's not feasible. Then it means you are telling them that everything they did over the years was wrong. You had meters. Meters were read. We are alleging that we have been overbilled. Now, ECG is saying, fine, I've listened to your plea. I have opened a desk. Everybody who is aggrieved, come with your bill. We will examine your bill. They have printed bills for the last, they call it the 13-month cycle. Come with your bill. We'll go through your 13-month cycle. If there is a problem with it, we'll resolve it. If it is confirmed that truly you owe that amount of money, they are not going to insist that pay immediately before we restore power to you. They will give you a time frame. Pay your outstanding bills together with the current bill over a period to clear the difference. I think it is public education that will have to go down.
How do you intend to address this issue? Because youth are raising is also the fact that they were not involved in the so-called meetings that have been held behind the scene. They said they've been left out.
It is not correct. It is not correct that they were not invited.
Were they involved in all the meetings?
They were involved.
But how do you intend to address this issue?
Well, unfortunately, ECG will have to take it from there. It is their baby. We only came in to help bring sanity, to help, explain issues to them. ECG now bears the brunt to do the real education. If they say they were not involved, I tell you, we involve their leaders. There are leaders here who were religiously invited to all the meetings. They were expecting that all of them would come. No, we are doing negotiation, settlement. You cannot bring everybody. We involve their leaders. I tell you, last Thursday, I came here, I spent hours together with the chiefs and their representatives, and I took them through everything in this document.
Are you disappointed at the way manner?
I am disappointed, terribly disappointed. You see, this is not a political issue. It's not a political issue.
It's an issue that affects human life.
It affects human life, and that is why I took it upon myself to ensure that, look, let us resolve the issues, because it affects everybody in the constituency. So let's take steps to resolve it.
All right.
And I did my best.